Strange Black Beats.
In shadows deep, a world in pain, lost and broken, caught in the rain. Then a whisper, a gentle breeze of love unending, meant to appease. Yahweh's promise, a light so bright, to pierce the darkness with holy might. Yeshua, Yeshua, Son of the Most High, came down from glory beneath the sky. Yahweh's love in flesh revealed, healing broken, the healed. Lift your voice and sing His praise through endless days, through all our ways. He walked among us humble and true, spoke words of wisdom fresh and new. The blind could see, the lame could walk. His gentle spirit began to talk of a kingdom coming, a love so vast, a future glory that's meant to last. Oh, Yeshua, Yeshua, Son of the Most High, came down from glory beneath the sky. Yahweh's love in flesh revealed, healing the wounded, the broken, the healed. Lift your voice and sing His praise through endless days, through all our ways. He bore our burdens, our sin and shame. Upon the cross, He called our name. Rose from the darkness, death's power defied. Now we have life, in Him we abide. Yahweh's plan, a sacrifice pure. Forever His love will endure. Yeshua, Yeshua, Son of the Most High, came down from glory beneath the sky. Yahweh's love in flesh revealed, healing the wounded, the broken, the healed. Lift your voice and sing His praise through endless days, through all our ways. So let us worship with hearts ablaze, Yeshua our Savior through all our days. Yahweh our Father, forever we'll sing the praises and glory Your great name brings.
A big salute, family. This your brother K. Judah, giving all praise to the Most High Yah, in faith in Yahshua HaMashiach. To the beloved mighty nation of Israel worldwide, I say peace and blessings. Big salute to the beloved CUC family. Shout out to my brother Sharshan. And big salute to the Nazarene Hebrew Institute of Technology family. And all my beloved brothers and sisters in the chat. As you see the title, you Edomites and Gentiles will experience a bloodbath. Why, KJ? Because what they have done to you, Israel, your oppressors slay you and hold themselves not guilty. They even said, because you sinned against Yah, this is why we do what we do to you. Not understanding you have forwarded the affliction. You have went way beyond what was required. And our brother Esau has had a perpetual hatred, even unto this day. The only two people you have ever did some against, Israel, is Yahweh and Yahshua, which was the ultimate betrayal to our father and his son. But you have never done anything to any nation. You have not destroyed any nation. You have not hindered any nation. You have not done nothing to nobody upon this earth. So when this judgment comes, it will be a righteous payback for what they have done to you. You have tried to be at peace with all people. You really have. You have tried to be at peace with all people. But most of these people have not tried to be at peace with you. And for that reason, as you see today, Nations are forming their alliances. The heathens are raging. And all eyes is on us as a people. I always said not too long ago that Yah was going to push us together. However he had to do it, Yahshua and Yah was going to push us together as a people. And now when you look at us, it's less fighting and more trying to come together. And it's a beautiful thing to behold in these last days. It's a beautiful thing to behold in these last days that all the heathens are raging against us. And we are separating ourselves, not from our brothers and sisters. You know, you got a lot of African people, not all of them, but you got a lot of African people making videos. They upset because we trying to get them to understand that we are not an African. Stop calling us an African. You are Hamitic. We are Shemitic. You come from Ham. I don't come from Ham, aka I don't come from Africa where you come from. I was sold from your continent, my ancestors. I fled to your continent, my ancestors. But we don't come from where you come from. And they seem like they don't understand it, but I know they understand it. That's why they raging, because we are separating ourselves from all people upon the face of the earth. A bloodbath is coming for all nations, even Ham. Even Ham, who have despitefully used your Elohim's people. So get your Bible. Get you some pen and paper. Write this down, family, and use these scriptures to let the world know what's coming for what they have done to the apple of Yah's eye. Let's get it. I'm gonna pick this up in the book of Habakkuk. I'm gonna pick this up in the book of Habakkuk. And I want to show y'all that when Yahshua come back, he going to Edom first. He also going to the Arabs because Ishmael dwelt in Mount Paran. Mount Paran is in the same area of Saudi Arabia. Mount Paran is the descendants where Ishmael dwelt at. So the slave trade that the Arabs did to our people was just as worse as the transatlantic slave trade or transatlantic slave war. So let's see why he said he's coming from Paran and Edom. Why, KJ? Because what they did to us, family, these are close relatives. So you're going to get it worse. You're not no distant relative. You are close to kin and still despitefully did us wrong. Ishmael come from Abraham. Esau come from Isaac. And they did us dirty. I'm talking dirty. Dirty. Let's go to Habakkuk. And we're going to let the Bible do what it do all the time. For we let the Bible talk at the CUC. No private interpretation. Edification straight out the book. Habakkuk chapter 3 and verse 1 through 3. Habakkuk chapter 3 and verse 1 through 3. And it reads, a prayer of Habakkuk, the prophet upon Sheganah. O Elohim, I have heard thy speech and was afraid, O Elohim. Revive thy work in the midst of the years. And in the midst of the years, make known. In wrath, remember mercy. Elohim came down from Teman. Where's Teman? Edom. Elohim came down from Teman. And the Holy One from Mount Paran. Salah. His glory covered the heavens, and the earth was full of his praise. The Elohim came from Teman, and the Holy One from Mount Paran. Why did he come from Teman? Why did you go to Mount Paran? Why? Yahshua HaMashiach. Let's go to Isaiah 63. Isaiah 63 and verse 1 through 6. This is why he came from Teman, which is also the area where Esau was dwelling at. Isaiah 63 and verse 1 through 6. Isaiah 63 and verse 1 through 6. And it reads, who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Bozrah? Why is his clothes dyed, family? Who is this that come from Edom, but his clothes is dyed? Why is your clothes dyed? Let's find out. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Bozrah? This that is glorious in his apparel, travailing in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Wherefore art thou red in thy apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat? I have trodden the winepress alone. I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in my anger. Read that again, KJ. I will tread them in my anger. Tread who in his anger? Edom. He gonna tread Edom down in his anger. And he killed so much that the blood was all over his clothes. Stop playing with the Bible, man. Woo. Blood was all over his clothes. It was dyed red. So much blood on his clothes, it was dyed red. Verse 2, one more time for the people in the back. Wherefore art thou red in thy apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat? I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in my anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. For the day of the vengeance is in my heart, meaning my mind, and the year of my redeem is come. He's coming to destroy the world and deliver you. When Yahshua come back, this destruction is not for the children of Israel. It's for all nations upon the earth. Why? Because what you have done to his people. We look for pity, y'all gave none. We extended our hand, you gave us no peace. Look at what you did to our ancestors. If most people have their history books and read what they did to our ancestors, and y'all have the audacity to ask, why is judgment coming to y'all? You have been woefully misinformed. But I'm not the one that put y'all in slavery. Guess what? And I wasn't born when my ancestors were sinning. But we paid because it trickled down to the third and fourth generation of them that sinned against Yah, and those sins fell on us. So how your father's sins not going to fall on you? You can't escape this. The same way we could not escape what our ancestors did, you cannot escape this. It's coming whether you want it to or not. The death angel is coming to the door. None of y'all learned from Egypt. Pharaoh murdered the firstborn Hebrew babies. The Most High is not a murderer, so he killed Pharaoh firstborn, but Pharaoh murdered our firstborn because it was premeditated. So for all the smart people in the back talking about Yah is a murderer, even within the truth, letting people like Sidnetta manipulate your words and have you utter stupid things out your... Yah not a murderer, goofball. Yah killed the firstborn, I murdered the firstborn. Y'all just gave Pharaoh what he did to his firstborn. So y'all say, oh, you want to kill my firstborn? No, I'm sorry. You murdered my firstborn. Let me show you how it feels. So y'all go kill his firstborn. Get what Pharaoh did? Let us go. So the heathens, they have to feel what our ancestors felt when they was killing their babies. So they gonna weep and mourn for their babies. This that type of talk that heathens don't want to hear, but you gonna hear it today. Verse 5, and I look, and there was none to help, and I wonder that there was none to uphold. Therefore my own arm brought salvation unto me, and my fury it uphold me. And I will tread the people down in my anger, and make them drunk in my fury, and I will bring down their strength to the earth. He's coming to bring your strength down to the earth. Esau, all heathen nations. Don't y'all know that Africa, you a heathen nation too? Talking about we the same. We ain't no heathens. You are a heathen just like the rest of the nations. But see, Esau was never called a heathen. He called Esau by name because Esau is our brother. He called Ishmael by name because Ishmael was close to kin. But you will never see him. He called everybody else a heathen, but not our brother Esau. That's why he's so mad at Esau. That's why he went to Edom first. Why? Because Edom is our brother. How you gonna do your brother like this? You ain't show your brother no mercy, Esau. You ain't pity your brother at all, Esau. You even helped destroy the temple. In Psalms 137, y'all, read that on your own time. When Esau said, raise it, did you not know in the time of the Maccabee, Esau helped destroy the temple? That's why he told Esau, you was just like one of them. Talking about raise it, destroy it to the foundation of. So Esau gonna get it because he was just like the heathen. Let's go to Ezekiel 36, verse 5. Edom did something also that people keep asking me. I keep giving y'all the same answer. I see why Arca told me, KJ, you gotta just keep repeating yourself. I don't get it. Who is Esau, KJ? I didn't say it 1,000 times. I didn't bought out my books. I didn't bought out encyclopedias. I didn't read it from the Socrates. I keep telling people who the man is, and they keep telling me, KJ, who is Esau? So let me read it to you real quick so you can find out who he is. He did this right here. People don't listen a lot of times to get edification. They listen to find fault. So they want to argue and tangle, wrestle, tongue wrestle. No, partner, not KJ. Ezekiel 36, and this is what Esau did. It don't get no clearer than this, man. Ezekiel 36 and verse 5. Ezekiel 36 and verse 5. And it reads, therefore thus saith your Elohim, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen and against all Idumea, what you just heard. He said the heathen, meaning all nations. And then he said, and Idumea. I told you he don't call Esau a heathen. He said Idumea, which is Esau. That name was given to Esau by the Greeks. They called him Idumea. But we know him as Edom or Esau. Idumea is a Greek name. They gave that name to Esau. But what did he do, though, Elohim? Verse 5. Therefore thus said the Elohim, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possession. which have appointed my land into their possession, which have appointed my land into their possession. So let me say it again for the people in the back. I have a book that tell you, written by a sister named Ella J. Hughes. There is two type of Jews on the earth today. You got your Ashkenazi Jew, European, the Khazarians, and you have Edom claiming your nationality. That's why he appointed your land in his possession. When you got kicked out, Edom took hold of your identity, your land, not all of your land, but they carved out some of your land and called it a state of Israel. Let me say that again. You got your Ashkenazi Jew, European, and you got your Edomites claiming to be Jews. This is documented history, man, that Esau stole your nationality. Because you got to remember, Esau was converted to your way. The Europeans was converted. Esau never was converted. He was forced your way of life by the Hasmoneans, which are the Maccabees. They made him keep the Sabbath, circumcise his kids. But the 1948 people, they converted to your way of life. Esau was never converted. He was forced your way of life when they beat his butt down for stealing our land in the time of the Babylonian captivity. Because remember, Esau got destroyed by a people called the Nabateans. They expelled Esau from his land, like the Bible say in Ezekiel 35. I'm going to destroy the mountains of Esau. He did that by the Nabateans. So Esau didn't have nowhere to go. So guess what he do? He moved into the southern part of Judah. After the Babylonian captivity in the 70 years of Babylon, Esau wouldn't even let us come back home in our own land, y'all. The man was trying to block us from coming in our own land. So in the time of the Messiah, you had Esau living in the land. How we know that? Because Herod was an Edomite. You know the one who said he was king of the Jews? That was an Edomite. Herod was an Edomite, your brother. Talking about he the king of the Jews. Make it make sense, man. This is documented history, what I'm telling you. You just got to go read it. You got to find it. Go read it. It's right there. Let me read this one more time for the people in the back. Verse 5. Therefore, thus said the Elohim, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possession, with the joy of all their heart, with the spiteful minds, to cast it out for a prey. This got Esau in trouble too, right here. He shouldn't have never appointed Yah's land into his possession, fam. Let me get another witness to prove to you this is exactly what Esau did. That he did appoint your land in his possession. Y'all remember after the split, it was called the Northern Kingdom and the Southern Kingdom, right? The Northern Kingdom, the capital of it was Samaria. The Southern Kingdom, the capital of Zion was Jerusalem. Let's see what Esau did. Let's go to Ezekiel 35. Just flip over one book, Ezekiel 35, 1 through 10. Let's see if he wanted these lands in his possession. Let's see. Ezekiel 35. Verse 1 through 10. Ezekiel 35. Verse 1 through 10. And it reads, moreover, the word of our Elohim came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it, and say unto it, thus said the Elohim, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate, and I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Elohim, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword. How did Yah say Esau was going to live? By the sword. Who did Esau always use his sword on? His brother. His brother. He have a perpetual hatred. And it's still till this day, that perpetual hatred. Verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, said your Elohim, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth. And I will fill his mountains with his slain men, in thy hills, and in thy valleys, and in all thy rivers, shall they fall that are slain with the sword. And I will make thee a perpetual desolation, and thy cities shall not return, and ye shall know that I am the Elohim. Because thou hast said, these two nations, read that again, KJ. These two nations, one more time, KJ. These two nations, what two nations? Samaria and Jerusalem. Why did he say two nations? Because we had a split. Northern kingdom, southern kingdom. So once the kingdom was split, Esau wanted these lands in his possession. This is the whole plan for Esau. He's trying to get the birthright back. He sold the birthright. He lied to his daddy. And now he wants the birthright back because it was given to Jacob. But people have to stop saying that Esau, Jacob, Esau, that Jacob stole the birthright from Esau. No, he did not. Because if you remember, it was already told to Rebekah that elder should serve the younger. The Most High just allowed the plan to happen the way he allowed the plan to go. But the elder was going to already serve the younger. So it was not nothing stolen from Esau. He didn't care about the birthright. He cared about a bowl of soup. But then when he got to his daddy, he want to lie to his daddy. Where's my blessing, daddy? Do you got not another blessing, daddy? Jacob have supplanted me, daddy. No, tell your daddy the truth, boy. You sold that birthright to Jacob. But you ain't say that to your daddy, though. Verse 10, one more time for the people in the back, to the left and to the right. Because thou hast said, these two nations and these two countries should be mine, and we will possess it, whereas the Lord was there. So now you see that the world has been deceived by the Edomites and the Ashkenazi Jews. The Ashkenazi Jews come from the European nations, which are the Khazarians, Ashkenaz, Gomer. These are Khazarians, Japheth's children. You remember, Japheth should dwell in the tents of Shem. He doing it right now. Ashkenazi Jews are not the people of the book. And Esau is your brother, but he's not no Jew. He's not no Yehudim. That land don't belong to him. I'm talking about the part that they carved out, calling it a state of Israel. So everybody playing on the world. You got all type of people claiming to be Jews. You got Russian Jews, Ashkenazi Jews, Edomite Jews, German Jews. Everybody claiming to be Jews. So when you ask them, what tribe you come from? I'm a Jew. No, but it's 12 tribes. I'm a Jew. So you don't know which tribe you come from. No, I'm just a Jew. That's how you know these ain't the people of the book. Come on, man. But they didn't play it on the world. Esau didn't play it on the world. The Ashkenazi Jews didn't play it on the world. The Israelites are right here scattered to the four corners of the earth, and nobody want to accept who you are, but they accept the Ashkenazi Jews and Esau as being the people of the book because of their complexion for protection. Anything but a Negro, we even though they lying, we'll accept it. Because if they claim to be the people, Jesus got to be white. But man, if y'all saying that them Negroes, that means Jesus look like them. And I can't worship no Negro Messiah. I heard a man say, I'd rather go to hell instead of worship a nigga Messiah. I said, you going to hell then? He didn't tell me this. I just saw it on video and I said, yep, you going to hell then. That's a stupid statement. He spoke it out his mouth. As a man thinketh, so is he. So guess what? You'll be in hell. You either gonna bow down to that black Messiah, or you going to hell, boy. Good riddance. Let's go to Isaiah 34 and verse 5. The Most High want Esau to know, and then I'm going to deal with the nations after Esau. But he want Esau to know this. Isaiah 34, verse 5. Yahshua is not coming back, as the Christian church is telling people. Yahshua is not coming back, as the Christian church is telling people. That he's coming back to rapture you to heaven. That he's coming back with rainbows and kisses. Man, you have been deceived. This man is coming to kill from one end of the earth to the other. The blood gonna be up to the horse's bridle. That don't sound like no rainbow coalition to me. That sounds like somebody who coming to bring vengeance and death and blood and carcasses everywhere and bodies stinking. Animals eating the flesh. Man, this man is not coming to play no games. That's why Habakkuk say, man, in your wrath, please remember mercy. They said the man's lips were trembling. Because everything he was seeing, it made him afraid. He saw so much killing. He said, please, Lord, remember mercy in your wrath. Because he saw all that killing. Isaiah 34, verse 5. One verse. And it reads, for my sword will be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon all Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. Esau, woo, you in trouble, man. You are in trouble, Esau. What you have done to your brother Jacob, and let me say this right now, because like I always like to say, people have to read for yourself, man. Not all of Esau gonna get put to death, man. Not all of, just because when the Lord say, I'm going to destroy you, that don't mean he going to always kill you. He destroyed Israel. Is all of us dead? Or if he said, I'm going to cut all Esau by slaughter, he said that we were going to have a curse on us forever. Is not the curse being lifted off? People got to listen to the language of Yah, the language of Yahshua. There is not an end to all people at all. So not all of Esau gonna get put to death, man. There's a scripture in the Bible say that we're gonna rule over a remnant of Esau. So how they all gonna get put to death? He's not gonna kill all the people of all the nations. He's trying to make a point. He's trying to make a point. Some of them gonna get on them knees and beg and bow down and say, oh yeah, man, you is the king. Please have mercy. And some of them going to rather die. Because they tell you that in the book of Revelation. That they repented not for their sins. So some of them ain't going to never repent. They're going to die in their sins. And they not going to repent. And they going to go to the lake with the snake. But some of these people, boy, they going to realize, man, this man is the king. Because they going to see all that killing, boy. And some of them gonna realize, man, let me come on this side and let me fall on my knees now and beg for mercy. That's why the Bible said they're gonna grab the skirt of him that is a Jew, saying, man, we going with you because we heard the Lord is with y'all, man. 10 men gonna grab one Israelite. And you gonna be trying to, man, get your hands up off me, man. And it's too many of them. They gonna grab you, say, man, we ain't trying to hear that. Grab them. Bring them to the Lord. Have mercy, Lord. Here go one of your precious Jews, your children. We brought them to you as an offering. Have mercy on us. Please don't kill us. Look. We brought one of your Jews to you. Except this offering that we bring. We didn't touch your people. We brought them to you. They're going to be begging, boy. And everybody want to exclude Ham as the heathen nation. Ham is a heathen nation too. Let me say this right now. Africa is Ham's children. And guess what? They are also heathen nations. You, Israel, is not an African Israelite. You are not a Pan-African Israelite. You are not African Israelites. You are Shemitic, not Hamitic. So all your Israelite teachers running their mouth calling you a African Israelite is deceiving you people. That's why the Africans talking about you my brother. We brother, sister. But we do have the 10 tribes over there. We do have the remnant of Judah over there. So we ain't talking to our brothers and sisters that are scattered on the continent of Africa. We understand our brothers and sisters are scattered over there because they migrated there, running from Roman persecution. And after Assyrian captivity, they went to the continent of Africa. They couldn't go back home. So they went to Africa. And that's where they sold our ancestors from. To who? The Grecians. Who is who? Javan, children of Japhet. Look it up in Hebrew. It's going to tell you the Grecians is Javan, which are the Greeks, children of Japhet. So did y'all just hear? He say, my sword should be bathed in heaven. It should come down upon all Idumea and upon the people of my curse. Why did Esau get cursed? Because he have had a perpetual hatred against you, Zion, against you, northern kingdom, against you, southern kingdom. He hate his brother with a hatred that cannot be described, people. He hate his brother. Let's go to Amos chapter 1 and verse 11 and 12. Amos chapter 1. And I'm almost done already. Amos chapter 1. The book of Amos. Chapter 1. And I'm going to read verse 11 and 12. Amos chapter 1, verse 11 and 12. And it reads, thus said your Elohim, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I would not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. But I will send a fire upon Teman, which shall devour the palaces of Bozrah. What did he say in Habakkuk chapter 3? The Lord came from Teman. What did he just tell you in Amos chapter 1? That I will set a fire on Teman, that which should devour the palaces of Bozrah. This is all Idumea. He going to Esau first. I got a deal with you, Esau. You stole your brother land. You took your brother nationality. You are claiming your brother. And you have a perpetual hatred. Then he gonna go to all nations in the battle of Armageddon. In the battle of Megiddo. They're gonna turn their weapons on Yahshua. And he gonna destroy them miserably. The battle already won, man. The battle is already won. All Yahshua have to come and do and just fulfill prophecy. The dead bodies didn't already fell. The blood didn't already gushed out. The carcasses stink. And all the animals didn't already ate their flesh. Because what's bound in heaven shall be bound on earth. When Yahshua touched this earth, the Mount of Olives, and it split 4 ways. That's the real Superman. The world is in trouble, family. And they still won't leave you alone. If I was of another nationality, I would be doing everything in my power to help the people of Yah. I would leave you people alone, man. Because there is judgment and punishment that come with despitefully doing y'all wrong. Yeah, y'all fail as a people. But at the end of the day, these nations are going overboard still. All we asking to do is be left alone. Let us delineate. Leave us alone. So now all the nations are making their alliances. The heathens are raging. BRICS coming together. The European Union coming together. What are they doing? It's all aimed at the children of Israel, family. Pay attention. Pay attention. Let's go to Isaiah 34, and this time verse 1 through 8, because now we're about to deal with the nations. What is he going to do? Because we know what he's going to do to Esau. I read it to you in Isaiah 63. He going to Esau first. All his clothes was dyed red. The man stained all his raiment. The man treaded the wine press, man. He stumped on them like grapes. Blood gushing everywhere on this man's clothes. That's scary, boy. That is scary. I see why Habakkuk was trembling. That's scary. That's scary. Let's go, family, to Isaiah 34, and this time verse 1 through 8. Because we didn't already dealt with Idumea, but we're going to read 1 through 8 this time. Because now we got to deal with the nations, the heathen nations. What is he going to do to them? Isaiah 34. You're living in the greatest time on earth. You're living in a time that your forefathers wish they was alive. Because they spoke these prophecies. But they did not get to see them being fulfilled because they fell asleep with our fathers. We are alive this day, witnessing prophecy unfolding before our eyes. The nations are making their alliances. Nations are coming together, getting ready for World War III. The East and the West. The Euphrates is not completely dried up, but it will be completely dried up. The vials will be pulled out. The trumpets will be blown. The seals will be open. And once these things take place, the world will be in chaos. The man of sin will have been revealed. He would defile the temple that they're going to build in the so-called state of Israel. He's going to move his headquarters over there. He's going to say he's God. He's going to magnify himself above all. And Yah has prepared a place of safety for you, Israel. You just got to know when to flee. And the sign is Matthew 24, verse 15. But that's another topic. Let's go to Isaiah 34, verse 1 through 8. Isaiah 34, verse 1 through 8. And it reads, "Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of our Elohim is upon all nations." How many, KJ? All nations. KJ, one more time for the people in the back. All nations. "And his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter." He ain't even fought them yet. He done already destroyed them. He ain't even fight them yet. He done already deliver them to the slaughter. I told you the battle already won. He done already fought the battle. It's already won. He defeated the heathens. It's already won. Verse 2. "For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink dead bodies smelling, and their stink carcasses smelling, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountain shall be melted with their blood, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and heaven shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down." What time is we talking about? This is Matthew 24, verse 29 to 31. Matthew 20. When would the heavens be dissolved? Immediately after the tribulation of those days. He say heaven roll back as a scroll. Why heaven need to roll back as a scroll? Because there's a firmament above us. It's called a glass ceiling. Heaven gonna roll back out the way, and we're gonna see Yahshua coming with the clouds of heaven, coming with all his angels. The whole host, and the heavens being on fire, and all his glory. We're gonna see him. We're gonna see him eyeball to eyeball. Our eyes will be open. We're gonna see him. Verse 4. And all the hosts of heaven should be dissolved, and all the heavens should be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down as a leaf falleth off the vine, and as a fallen fig from the fig tree. For my sword should be bathed in heaven. Behold, it should come down upon Idumea, and upon my people, and upon the people of my curse the judgment. The sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with the fatness, and with the blood of lambs and of goats, with the fat of kidneys of rams. For the Lord have a sacrifice in Bozrah, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. I told you he going to Esau first. Verse 7. And the unicorn shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness. For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance, and the year of recompense for the controversy of Zion. Knowledge. What did you just hear? And the unicorn shall come down with them. Unicorn represent power. And let me tell you something else. You got to look up the Hebrew word for unicorn. It is a unisaurus. You know that animal with that horn right there? He's not talking about that horse with the horn sticking out now, man. That ain't what he's talking about. He's talking about that unisaurus, that rhino with that horn. The strength and the power of that boy's body is just massive. That's a unicorn, y'all. Unisaurus. Look at the name. Unicorn, unisaurus. That's what he mean when he say the rhino is the unicorn. It's a unisaurus. Verse 8 say, for it is the day of the Lord's vengeance and the year of recompense, meaning payback, for the controversy of Zion. I want to ask a question. Why is there a controversy of Zion? If nobody is claiming your identity and claiming land that don't belong to them, then divided the Lord's land. You got everybody fighting over there, the Palestinians. You got the Ashkenazi Jews. You got Edom. You got all these people fighting over land that don't, but that's why he said a controversy of Zion. And guess what, family? The real Zion lay desolate. How you know that, KJ? Because me and Elder McMahon yesterday, he gave you the Strong's number. We dealt with it, that if you go look up a place called Harad, today is called Telarad, Zion sits on a hill, my holy hill of Zion. And it's sitting right there in Telarad, y'all, where the kings of Judah was at in that time. It's called Telarad. That's the real Zion. It's desolate, leveled as a plain. And that's why people kick against the land, because like Elder McMahon said yesterday, it's because it's barren, they despise the land. But one day it's going to blossom as a rose. Water's going to spring forth. Trees going to grow. Vegetation going to grow. He's going to make Zion and our land like the Garden of Eden. Oh, Elder Yashia did a lesson not too long ago showing you that paradise is the Garden of Eden. So did not the Lord say he's going to give us back paradise? The Garden of Eden. This is knowledge, man. This is knowledge. Let's go to Jeremiah. And I only have like 4 more scriptures after this. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 25 and verse 15 and 16. Jeremiah 25. And verse 15, 16. Jeremiah 25 and verse 15 and 16. And it reads, for thus said your Elohim of Israel unto me, take the wine cup of this fury at my hand, and cause all the nations to whom I send thee to drink it. And they should drink and be moved and be mad because of the sword that I will send among them. There you go, y'all. The Lord say, take my cup and go to all the nations that I send thee. He say they gonna drink and they gonna be mad. Why, y'all? Because it's the year of recompense and the controversy of Zion. Y'all are dwelling in land that don't belong to you, family. You are dwelling in the land that don't belong to you. Ashkenazi, Esau, Palestinians. What did the president of Egypt say? He said, you left black and came back white. He said, you will never have peace in this land because the Israelites left black and came back white. That's what the man said, the president of Egypt. President of Egypt said that, man. We are the people of the book. We are the apple of his eye. That's why you are the salt of the earth. Everybody in the world look at what Black Americans are doing. We are the standard for the world, but it has to be in righteousness according to Yah and Yahshua's righteousness, but you still are the standard of the world. So they despise you on one hand, then they mimic you on the other hand. They talk nasty about you on this hand, but then they try to do what you do on this hand. See what I'm saying? You see how they despise you, but then want to be you. But they don't want to go through what you go through to be you. Because there's a great responsibility come with being who we are. And most people cannot endure what we had to endure for over 400-500 years. They couldn't endure it. Let's go to Isaiah 13, verse 1. Isaiah 13, verse 1, because now I got to show you that even though the Lord is going to destroy all nations, you can go fact check your brother, look up this right now. Anybody can help me out. I'm about to read about Babylon. But if you go to Jeremiah 25 on your own time, he said that our ancestors, the children of Judah and Jerusalem, was going to Babylon for 70 years, right? And that happened. That happened. They went to Babylon for 70 years. But then he said, and that nation, meaning Babylon, I'm going to make it a perpetual desolation. I have a problem with that. Nebuchadnezzar was never made a perpetual desolation. Nebuchadnezzar was never taken down by many nations. So your question should be, what Babylon is he talking about that's going to be taken down by many nations? Let's go check it out right quick. Then I'm going to show you. Let's go to Isaiah 13. Isaiah 13. Isaiah 13, verse 1. Then I'm going to tell y'all when I'm going to skip down. And it reads, the burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. Now jump down to verse 6 through 13. 6 through 13. And it reads, how? For the day of the Lord is at hand, and it shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt, and they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrow should take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth, that should be amazed one at another. Their faces should be as flames. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh cruel, both with wrath and furious anger, to lay the land desolate, and he should destroy the sinners thereof out of it. For the stars of heaven and the constellation thereof should not give their light. What time frame is this? How many times is going to happen? One time. It's the same thing you read in Matthew chapter 24, verse 29 to 31. It's the same time frame, y'all. It was already prophesied in the book of Isaiah way before you get to Matthew 24. This is going to happen immediately after the tribulation of those days. Matthew 24, verse 29 to 31. It said, immediately after those days, the sun should not give his light, the moon should be dark, the stars should fall from heaven. I'm reading the same thing in Isaiah 13. Verse 10 again. For the stars of heaven and the constellation thereof should not give their light, and the sun should be darkened in his going forth, and the moon should not cause our light to shine. And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. And I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedges of Ophir. Have y'all ever saw Ophir? I never did. They mean man gonna be rare. Whatever this gold of Ophir, the golden wedges of Ophir, that mean it is rare. So men are gonna be rare in that day. He gonna kill so many men, they gonna be rare. Like the golden wedges of Ophir. You gonna be rare. Verse 13. Therefore, I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place in the wrath of your Elohim of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger. Hallelujah. Let's go to the book of Joel, chapter 3. Now, if you want to find out what Babylon is he talking about, all you got to do is go to Revelation 13. And that's the economic part of the Babylonian system, which are those 10 nations, which is the European Union, which is also called the Big Ten. They call themselves the Big Ten. How we know it's the Big Ten, KJ? Nebuchadnezzar had a dream, and a stone was cut out of the mountains. And what did the stone hit? It hit the toes. How many toes you have? 10. How many nations are there in the European Union? It's only going to be 10. They got like 100 and some nations, but it's going to be down to 10, like the Bible say. 10 nations with crowns on their head. And all you have to go do is read about the treaties of Rome. I have the documents. Read the treaties of Rome. The Pope is the head of this treaties of Rome. The Pope is the Holy See. All got to come and kiss the ring. So the treaties of Rome was when the European nations try to bring Europe under one common market to do the trades of services and goods within this one common market. And that's what the treaties of Rome was about. Bringing all Europe together, that all nations can flow through this one market in the European Union and for all Europe. They got one of the largest trading of services and goods in the world, man. This is documented history and it's in the Bible. Revelation 13 is talking about the European Union, man. That's the Babylon that he's talking about. He's going to make a perpetual desolation. Let's go to Joel chapter 3. And I have two more scriptures after this. Joel chapter 3 and two more scriptures after this. Joel chapter 3 and verse 9 through 16. Then I'm going to tell y'all when I'm going to skip down. Joel chapter 3 and verse 9 through 16. And it reads, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Plowshares are what people plow the field with, you know, for the vineyard, you know, to be able to eat. He say, turn that into weapons. He say, prepare war. Go to the Gentiles. Tell them to prepare for war. What else you want them to know, Yahshua? Verse 10. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hook into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about thither. Cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Elohim. Let the heathen be awakened and come up unto the valley of Jehoshaphat, which is the valley of decision. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full, the fat overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitude, multitude in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near, in the valley of decision. The sun and the moon should not. Oh, hold up. How many times is going to happen? One time. We're reading it again. The sun and the moon, y'all. So what time frame is this? Immediately after the tribulation of those days. Matthew 24, verse 29 to 31. We didn't got it about 4 precepts, said the same thing about the constellation of the stars, the sun and the moon. How many times is going to happen? One time. One time. Verse 15. The sun and the moon should be darkened, and the stars should withdraw their shining. The Lord shall also roar out of Zion and utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the heavens and the earth shall shake. But the Elohim will be the hope of his people. Hallelujah. But the Elohim should be the hope of his people. Hallelujah. I thought you don't have a people, Yahshua. The world say that we are all the same. But you just said just here, you're going to be the hope of your people Israel. But nobody won't acknowledge that we Israel. But they're going to acknowledge it one day. Because you said out of your mouth, Yahshua, that you're going to make them come and bow down before our feet. They're going to lick the dust off our feet. They're going to acknowledge that you are the children of the living Elohim. Knowledge. Verse 16 for the people in the back. One more time. The Lord also shall roar out of Zion and utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the heavens and the earth shall shake. But the Lord will be the hope of his people and the strength of the children of Israel. Who are the children of Israel? You. We don't care if the world acknowledge who we are. We know who we are. We're not trying to convince the world. We're trying to convince our people who they are. Let the world stay asleep. We're trying to reach you first, Zion. Because most people ain't going to accept this. Let's just keep it real. All we doing is planting seeds. Most of our people ain't going to even accept this. That's what you get your rebels from. Some of our people are rebels. They never going to change. So it ain't just the heathen. It's a lot of our people ain't never going to change too. They can care less about this Bible. They despise the Most High. They talk wickedly about him. Something they never read or investigated, but they speaking ill about the Most High. Why the Most High let children die? Why he let people get cancer? Why he let the world be the way it is? First of all, goofy. The Most High didn't do this. The Bible say, I made man upright, but man sought out many inventions. So how you going to blame the Lord for what man do? He gave man a brain and man choose to make the wrong decisions. You can't blame Yah for that. So since man want to do what he want to do, he stepped back and let man do what he want to do, which is destroy the earth. But why he won't intervene? I wouldn't intervene neither. I'm going to let you destroy yourselves. Since you ain't want to listen to me. I gave you the blueprint, how to live, plant your vineyards, let the earth rest, do this, do that, replenish the earth, multiply, just obey me. Now we don't want to obey you. Okay, have it your way. Look at the world, y'all. Look at the world since people want to reject Elohim, want to reject Yahshua. Look at the world. You're going to tell me we don't need the Lord. You stupid. I'm done. You stupid. Let's call a spade with stupid people, man. We need our Elohim. We need Yahshua. That's our peace. That's my sanity. I can't do nothing without my Father. I can't do nothing without my King. That's my sanity. That's my peace in this wicked world. Jump down to verse 19 and 20. Verse 19 and 20. And it reads, Egypt should be a desolation. Now, I thought you come from Africa. If he going to make Egypt a desolation, I thought you come from Africa. Egypt should be a desolation, and Edom should be a desolate wilderness for the violence against the children of Judah, because they have shed innocent blood in their land. But Judah shall dwell forever, and Jerusalem from generation to generation. He gonna let you dwell from generation to generation. You see how the Lord make a separation between who his people is, who he coming to fight for, who he coming to deliver. But the world has been deceived, because now they say that the Christian church is the new people of God. But I can't find it in the Bible. I can't find the Christian church is the new people of God. God said, I'll never break my covenant with you, Israel. I am married unto you. He loved you, family. He said, my thoughts towards you are not evil, but they are good. He don't look at you the way you look at yourself, because we have been destroyed. And let me say this right now. We never had self-hate. We was taught self-hate. You got to remember, we never had self-hate, family. We was taught self-hate. Why was we taught it? Because other people have a problem with their essence and what they look like. And what they don't like about themselves, they just transfer their energy on us. But we never had self-hate. We never hated our hair. We never hated our skin color. But these predictive programming images that they put in the media and put this is a standard of beauty, that mess with our people's mind. But now, since we waking up and the veil is being lifted off, we are actually walking in the spirit, because when I look at my people's hair, they let it free form. They don't care what nobody think no more. We got locks. We let our hair free form, hair just sticking up. Nice little twist. Our sisters with the natural hair. And I want to say this to the brothers, then I'm going to read these last two scriptures and we gone. A lot of our sisters, you don't know what they battling under their, the hair. Some have alopecia. Some of our sisters can be battling cancer. Be a little bit more mindful, the stuff that come out of your mouth, oh, why you wearing weave? But then when I heard one sister say, brother, I'm battling cancer. You think he'll apologize? See, everybody want to be so hasty to speak, but the woman was battling cancer, so she had a wig on. So you trying to tell her about weave, but she battling cancer. But she shouldn't have to tell you that, because I thought it was about salvation, or is you worrying about some weave? I told you we worry about the wrong things, man. I'm not finna tell nobody about some weave in the hair. I'm worried about salvation. Sister, do you want salvation? And this is how you get it right here. I'm not worrying about her weave. Do you want salvation? That's what we worried about. Not no weave. Come on, man. Jump back down or jump up to 13. Because we got to get this out of the mouth for 2 or 3 about this sickle. Same chapter, Joel chapter 3, but back to 13. Back to 13. And it reads, put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full, the fat overflow, for their wickedness is great. Let's go to Revelation 14, and I have one more scripture after this. Revelation 14. And I'm going to pick it up at verse 1, then I'll tell you when I'm going to skip down. Revelations 14. We have to be mindful. We have to be considerate. A lot of people battle a lot of things. And that's why you have to have patience. And you have to have love in your mind for your people in order to deal with your people in love. If you're just worried about cutting people with the scriptures, you're in the wrong business. You're in the wrong place. That's not what this is about. I talk to a lot of people about the scriptures. And the first thing I let them know, this is not to embarrass you. You just don't know. So let me help you out. I'm not here to embarrass you, brother. I'm here to help you, to show you the right way. Now, if you don't want it, let me know. But if you want to listen, I can show you. That's how we deal with our people. All that trying to cut people with the scriptures, and what you get out of that? What you get out of that? Trying to make somebody look bad. Because then somebody gonna come behind him and they gonna make you look bad. Remain humble at all times, man. Revelation 14. We have to remain humble at all times, man. Revelation 14 and verse 1. Then I'm going to tell y'all when I'm going to skip down. And it reads, and I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads. Y'all remember in Revelation 7, y'all remember that they sealed the 144,000, 12,000 from each tribe. This that same 144,000 from Revelation 7, that he sealed them. But they're not the only ones that were sealed. We was also sealed if we not in this 144,000, because we also keep the commandments in the way of Yahshua. But they were sealed for a specific purpose. Jump down to verse 14 through 20. 14 through 20. And it reads, and I looked, and behold, a white cloud, and upon the cloud one sat like unto the Son of Man, having on his head a golden crown, and in his hand a sharp sickle. And another angel came out of the temple crying with a loud voice, to him that sat on the cloud, thrust in thy sickle and reap, for the time is come for thee to reap. For the harvest of the earth is ripe. And he that sat on the cloud thrust in his sickle on the earth, and the earth was reaped. And another angel came out of the temple, which is in heaven, he also having a sharp sickle. And the angel came out from the altar, which had power over fire, and cried with a loud cry to him that had the sharp sickle, saying, thrust in thy sickle, and gather the clusters of the vine of the earth, for her grapes are fully ripe. And the angel thrust in his sickle into the earth, and gathered the vine of the earth, and cast it into the great winepress of the wrath of God. And the winepress was trodden without the city, and blood came out of the winepress, even unto the horse's bridle, by the space of 1,600 furlongs, which is 200 miles. Which is 200 miles. Nothing but blood up to the horse's bridle. 200 miles. Nothing but blood, family. Let's go to the last scripture. When would this happen? Immediately after the tribulation of those days. What are you going to do, KJ? Revelation 19, 11 through 21. Let's get it, and this will be last. Revelation 19, verse 11 through 21. And this will be last. For my brothers and sisters of the nation of Israel scattered to the four corners of the earth, and also my beloved FBA family in America, because there's nothing wrong with us calling ourselves FBA. When you really look at the truth and the history of things, our ancestors built this country. Our ancestors' blood, sweat, and tears is in the pavement and in the soil of the dirt. So when people tell us, man, why are you in America? You need to leave America and you need to go to Africa. And you need to go build in Africa. But my ancestors built right here. So we can come together and do what we need to do for each other right here. I don't need to go to Africa and build up another man's empire. I don't need to go to Africa and build up another man's economy. That's Africa's land. Let Africa enjoy their land. And when Yah gather us, he gonna gather us. And guess what else? He say, occupy till I come. So that means we still have to live. We're not gonna live forever. Some of us may die before the coming of Yahshua. Don't we gotta leave some behind for the babies? That's what we work hard for, right, y'all? So that's what we try to get these people to see. They keep talking about, oh, y'all trying to delineate and y'all just want to be separate. So we're set apart people. We can delineate if we want to. But we understand our brothers and sisters are scattered across all nations. So we're not talking to them. We're talking to you disrespectful people who worried about our business instead of worried about what's going on the continent of Africa. Worry about your own business and let us worry about our business. Because if it wasn't for my ancestors, you wouldn't be able to come to America and open up a business, Mr. African man and woman. So you need to appreciate what my ancestors did in this part of the world. And you need to appreciate that they fought and bled for you to come over here and open up a business while you disrespecting FBAs. Keep on talking about come back to the motherland, come back home, Black America. That ain't my home. That's your home. I live right here in America. My people right here. I got everything I need right here with my folks. I help my people out in America. I don't need to go to where you at to help my people out. I'm going to do it right here from this headquarters. That's what people don't understand about us, y'all. Our ancestors are fighters. We fighters. We don't give up easy. We keep thriving and we keep fighting. They left a blueprint for us to follow. And now we finally getting it, family. We finally starting to stand on our 2 feet and come together as a people. I don't see too many more, squabbling and fighting on the internet with Black Americans. I don't see it. You might have a little squabbles here and there, but for the most part, the spirit of the Most High is moving within our people. He gonna gather us. We just gotta get our FBA brothers and sisters to understand that y'all are the children of Israel. Y'all already on code, but you need to include Yah and Yahshua in the equation. And you're gonna be even more powerful if Yah and Yahshua is in the equation. Let's go to the last scripture, Revelation 19, 11 through 21. 11 through 21. Now they're trying to get all our people to flee to the continent of Africa. You know what I'm saying? We got to let our Africans enjoy their inheritance. God blessed them, gave them resources. That's not our inheritance. Let these people enjoy their inheritance. Stop letting people manipulate your mind with this, you are African and you come from us and you come from the continent. No, you do not. No, you do not. You don't come from the homeland of Ham. I don't care what your Israelite teachers on YouTube been telling you. And I'll talk to anybody about it. And I want them to come prove to me in the scriptures that the continent of Africa is the land of Israel or Jerusalem. Let's talk about it. Because it ain't true. Y'all deceiving God's flock with this flea doctrine, and a lot of people coming back to America with their hearts broken and then spend all their savings, they lost all their money. Now, this is not for everybody. Some people go over there and have a good experience, but a lot of people coming back with a bad experience. I just saw a video that one of my sisters gave me, Carissa Love. We have a love affair with that place, and we were sold from that place. And we so many generations removed. Let me say this before I read this last scripture. How many generations have to go by for you Africans to stop saying I got African blood in me? How many generations have to go by when y'all still talking about I got white blood in me? Don't you know that the 3rd and 4th generation is to clean the blood back up? So whatever happened to my foremother that was out of their control, when they was being ravished by these heathens, when they had children, they made that biracial child get with one of them black boys. And they had some babies. And they kept going on till they cleansed the blood out of them. So stop talking about I got African blood and white blood. I don't got no white blood in me. My daddy was a Negro. My mama is a Negro. Her mama was a Negro, dark purple black woman. What are you talking about? I got white blood? No, I don't. I got that Negro blood in me, that FBA blood in me. I don't got no African blood in me. Nobody in my family look like an African. I'm sorry. None of my sisters, I got 6 of them. None of them look like an African. I don't look like an African. We have different features and bone structures scientifically. I'm not an African, man. I'm an Israelite, a Shemitic Israelite. I don't come from Ham. And I ain't got nothing against you, Ham, but I just don't come from Ham. That's it. Ain't nothing personal. Revelation 19, verse 11 through 21. And it reads, and I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness he do judge and make war. His eyes was as a flame of fire, and on his head was many crowns, and he had a name written that no man knew but he himself. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of Elohim. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. If y'all ever noticed that the Lord, boy, he loved that linen. He loved linen. Did you know that I did a live once not too long ago? And I was showing why we couldn't wear wool and linen together. Did you not know that linen can heal your body if you get sick? Did you not know if you get a blanket that is linen and you are sick, it'll cool the temperature down of your body? Because linen run on 5,000 megahertz just like wool. You put those two together, they will drop dead because it's too strong for one another. That's why we can't wear that's why we can't wear linen and wool together, family. because how powerful they are. So it got to be separated. Yeah, I did a live on that one time. The Lord showed me that. I said, man, he told us we can't wear wool and linen, but he never said why. So I said, man, let me go find out why. That's why, fam. You got to have one or the other on, either wool or linen. But if you put them on together, you're going to get sick. You're going to get very sick. Verse 14. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword. Hebrews chapter 4, verse 12. That with it he shall smite the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron. And he treaded the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of Almighty Elohim. And he had on his vest and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. I want to say this to you, Philip Anthony Minchers. You are a goofy Negro. Boy, you said that Christ had a tattoo on his thigh. You ought to be ashamed of yourself, boy. Christ ain't got no tattoo on his body. There was talking about on his vest, meaning his clothes, it said King of Kings and Lord of Lords. You gonna talk about he got a tattoo on his body. How did you see the tattoo through his clothes? No common sense, no critical thinking skills. Let me read it again and see what a name was written at, y'all. And he had on his vesture, that mean clothes, dude. Look it up in Hebrew. Vesture mean on his clothes. And on his thigh, meaning on the vesture, by his thigh. On his thigh. Like if I put a name down my thigh, it's going to be on my clothes, though, goofy boy. It had a name written that said King of Kings and Lord of Lords on his vesture, on his thigh. You're going to say he had a real tattoo on his body, and you call yourself a preacher. Then you say Christ one, don't look like us. I know you sold out to them Jewish people, though, boy. That's why when you went to Israel, you came back wearing all black. Boy, you done sold your soul, boy. And now you teaching lies to a congregation of people. You are in trouble if you, boy, you ever, let me not even say it. I was about to say that boy retarded. Let me just hold my tongue. Boy, you done sold yourself out to the Jewish people. You say Christ is not a black man. He come from the Jewish people. He was an ignorant Jew. Just lied to the congregation. And they in there clapping. Oh, thank God he not a black man. But he is a melanated man that look like the children of Israel. Goofy. Verse 17. And I saw an angel standing in the sun. And he cried with a loud voice, saying to all the fowls that fly in the midst of the heaven, come, gather yourselves together unto the supper of the great God, that you may eat the flesh of kings, and the flesh of captains, and the flesh of mighty men, and the flesh of horses, and of all them that sit on them, and the flesh of all men, both free and bond, both small and great. And I saw the beasts, and the kings of the earth, and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse, and against his army. That's that battle of Armageddon. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet, that wrought miracles before him, which he deceived them which have received the mark of the beast, and them that worship his image. These both, one person. These both, now okay, Judah, one person. These both was cast alive into a lake of fire burning with brimstones. So I did a lesson showing you that the lake of fire has not yet been established. How we know that? Because these two men was cast in there first. They beat Satan to the lake of fire. So when you read the parable of the rich man and Lazarus, that was a parable showing you that for those who live like that rich man, they're going to go to a place that rich man in that parable went. And those who are poor in spirit, they're going to get the kingdom. So Lazarus has evil things on this side, but he had good things on the other side. The rich man had good things on this side, but then he went to hell. So the lake of fire has not yet been established because these two men, which is the temporal leader of the European Union and the false religious leader, which is the man of sin, which we know as the Pope, whichever one is going to be, At the time that he's revealed, when they build the temple, they going to the lake of fire. He just grabbed them and threw them in the lake of fire. They didn't even have to stand in judgment. He threw them in the lake of fire, which is going to be in Jerusalem. Isaiah 66, man. Read it on your own. Jerusalem is where the lake of fire going to be at. I can read it to y'all if y'all want me to right now, that it's going to be in Jerusalem. I'll read it to you. Let's go to Isaiah 66, and this will be last. We done with the lesson, but I'll go ahead and read this last scripture for y'all. If anybody have any questions, just let me know before I get up out of here. Let me go to Isaiah 66 for the family. And I'm going to prove to you that Jerusalem is where the lake of fire going to be at when Yahshua is sitting on the throne. And he's going to tell the people that come up to go look at the carcasses of the men. So if he's telling them to go look at the carcasses and he's sitting in Zion, that should tell you that the lake of fire is going to be where they're going to see these men burning. And they're going to be able to whoring unto all flesh. Let me prove that to you. Isaiah 66. And I'll get straight to the point. All right, I'm going to go to 23 to 24. 23 to 24. My sister Glory, I don't know if it's going to be him, because I can't make any, but I will say this. The man of sin have to be revealed first. But the Bible say that should come a falling away first. Then should that wicked be revealed. So I don't know if it's going to be this guy, or I don't know if it's going to be somebody in the future, but I know it will be one of these popes. That is the man of sin. Go look at a title that the Pope holds. It'll tell you all you need to know. If you go look up a title called Vascarius Filada, or the Vicar of Christ, that's the office of the Pope. There's a title given to him, the papacy. It's a title given to the Pope, Vascarius Filada, and the number is 666. Y'all remember in Revelation 13, it says the number of a man. The number of the man is the Pope. All your religion come from Rome. 12 o'clock, start a new day at midnight, come from Rome. They changed times and laws, come from Rome. Constantine changed the Sabbath day from Saturday to Sunday. Now, a lot of people say, well, it wasn't no Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday back in the days, KJ. Guess what? I don't need Saturday to count 7 days. It just went in captivity, and this is how they, tell time. But I don't need Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday to count 7 days. So the Pope and the Catholic Church, they are the biggest deception to the world because they think the Pope is a godly man. But Satan gave him his power, his seat, and great authority. They have to bow down to the Pope and kiss the ring because Satan gave him his power, his seat, and great authority. Also the Jesuits. Facts the child of Yah. Also the Jesuits. This is a wicked organization. Very wicked. But everybody think the Pope is a goodly man. Here you go right here. Thank you, Elder Mac, man. Here y'all go, family. The term vicar stems from the Latin vicarius, meaning the substitute. So ask yourself, Glory, the substitute for what? The Pope say he is the substitute for the Most High Yah in heaven and the substitute for Christ himself. So that's why they call him Holy Father. But Christ say, call no man your father. He was talking about them. Because Christ was in the time of who? The Romans. And what is the Pope? A Roman. Roman Catholic. People wicked, man. Certified wicked. So let's read this and show you where the lake of fire going to be at. Then I'm out of here. Isaiah 66, verse 23 to 24. And it should come to pass that from one moon to another, and from one Sabbath to another, shall all flesh come to worship before me, said the Lord. Zechariah 14, verse 16. Verse 24. And they should go forth and look upon the carcasses of the men that have transgressed against me, For their worm should not die, neither should their fire be quenched, and they should be abhorrent unto all flesh. Now ask yourself this. If all flesh got to come up before Yahshua, and then he turned around and said, and they shall go and look upon the cock. So that means you're going to be able to see them. So if you coming up to see Yahshua, you're going to also see the lake of fire where the men are burning that have transgressed against him. Because he just told them, go look. Let this be a warning to you, an example for you. And he said they're going to be abhorrent unto all flesh. Guess what? Satan not even in the lake of fire yet, people. Satan is chained up in the time of the 1,000-year reign. And then after the 1,000-year reigns, he should be loose for a little season. He going to go to the ends of the earth to deceive Gog, Magog, Meshach, Tubal, Ethiopia, and Put, which is Libya. He going to deceive Gomer and all of them. He going to deceive these people, man. And they going to gather themselves together to fight against us when Yahshua gather us out of many nations. And the Most High Yah rained down fire out of heaven and destroyed them. Then Satan was cast in the lake of fire with the two men. And that'll be it. It'll be over after that. Now the Father can come down with New Jerusalem. That's really how this thing gonna end, y'all. When Satan be loose from his prison and go to the four quarters of the earth to deceive Gog and Magog, Ezekiel 38. When we are gathered out of many countries, many nations, and they gonna come and try to take a spoil, and the Most High rain fire down and consume them. And that's the end of the battle of all battles. So these men, they're going to be cast into the lake of fire when Yahshua come back. He going to grab them first and throw them in the lake with the snake. But we know the snake won't be there, but he going to throw them in there when he, because the lake of fire was created for Satan and his angels. It wasn't created for man. But since man want to be rebellious and hard-headed and stiff-necked and wicked, you going to the lake with the snake then. I don't want to go to hell. I'm doing everything in my part, man. I'm not going to hell. And I'm not going to hell for nobody. I love my mama. I ain't going to hell for her. If you don't want to live the way y'all want us to live, my sisters, I'm not going to hell for nobody. So I'm doing everything in my power to live my life right and do right by people. So when I stand before him, I don't want to hear, boy, you going to hell. You were wicked. No, not KJ. Ooh, no, Lord. Oh, have mercy. So they go to scripture, family, that hell is going to be where Christ is going to be sitting at in Jerusalem, in Zion, and they're going to be able to see the carcasses of the men that's burning. Because he just said, go look at the men that have transgressed against me. And that's the lesson, family. I pray somebody got some understanding. I thank y'all for y'all time. It's always good to be joined with y'all on the Lord's Day, which is the Sabbath day today. And do anybody have any questions? Do anybody have any questions? Shabbat Shalom to the mighty nation of Israel. Y'all brother K. Judah, love y'all with the pure heart, family. I sure appreciate the way we gathering ourselves together and we delineate from all negativity and people who want to continue to, speak nasty about us and disrespect us and have no respect for us, come to where we live at and be disrespectful. But they got a problem when we go over there and, they scamming us and, people coming back with nothing to come back to. But they talking about we brothers and sisters, but they're over there scamming people. Now, I'm not saying everybody's scamming people, but our people getting scammed. That's all I can tell you. Our people getting scammed over there. And it ain't right. Because when they come over here, we are the only people on the earth, FBAs. We are the only people on the earth that open up our arms to all people. When people come around us, they feel at home. When people come around us, they feel warm and welcome. When we go around other people, we get disrespected. Have y'all ever noticed that? They talk bad about us in their tongue. They be, just saying just nasty stuff. But when they come around us, we never do people like how they do us. So now it ain't got to a point where we didn't put our foot down. Now we delineate. We have no more time for your disrespect. Not a whole world mad because we delineate. Because we so tired of people disrespecting us. Didn't I tell y'all a day was going to come when we get tired of being sick and tired? And that time has come. We're not trying to hear nothing no more. We delineate. So to all my FBA Israelite brothers and sisters, whether you know it or not, to all my Israelite brothers and sisters scattered to the four corners of the earth, whether you know it or not, we are the 12 tribes of Israel, the sons and daughters of our Elohim in the heavens, Yahweh, and Yahshua HaMashiach our King. Hold on, family. Wow. Wow. Hold on, y'all. You say Eve last video, I saw her speaking. She said that she cooks and sell places to survive. I can't remember her saying anything about her family. But she was almost great in Ghana. Wow. Whew. It's sad, man. A couple FBA women I heard was killed in Ghana. Absolutely, Glory. I get it. Yep. A lot of our families not trying to hear it. You know what though? We still love them and we just let our light shine. That's what I tell people, just let our light shine. We don't have to separate from them as far as like just completely cutting them off. But when they doing things that we don't do, I just don't go around. Like I don't eat the foul foods. I don't keep these pagan holidays, but I still, will go around my family if they doing things, that's outside of, eating the foul foods, keeping these pagan holidays. I just come over there and kick it with them, talk to them, chop it up with them. But I don't want to participate in anything that y'all told me to stay away from. So a lot of our families, they're not trying to hear it. They're not trying to hear it. And I want to go ahead and deal with this too, because I saw this in the chat. Let's go ahead and deal with this, because I'm not afraid to deal with it. I'm not afraid to deal with it because it's already in the public. I didn't listen to Sister E video. She didn't already expose this. And like I told y'all, I don't get in people's business. Whatever going on behind the scene with people, I would not talk about nobody's business, whatever happened behind the scene. But since she did a video on YouTube, I can talk about it because she did it on YouTube. Somebody put a comment in here about the TO ministry. And I want to say that TO is deceiving our people. I'm going to just be honest with y'all. I'm going to say it. And I don't care if it get back to him, one of his listeners run over there. Hey, TO, you okay? I'm telling you as a brother, y'all are being deceived. This man said he's a Pan-African Israelite. I can't find it in the Bible. The man said he's an African Israelite. Where are we African at? And how do you define it? I need to know, what is an African Israelite and how can that be defined? Because it's not in the Bible. They talking about bombs going to be dropped here. Man, ain't no bombs going to be dropped here, man. Not while we here. Yahshua is coming to deliver you out of this place. Then America going to be destroyed. Then Mystery Babylon going to be destroyed because this the daughter of Babylon. Babylon is a worldwide system, people. Mystery Babylon is a worldwide system. And all these nations, he just told you in the Bible, my cup and my anger and my fury is against all nations. Not just America, family. All nations. So yeah, I said it and I stand on it that y'all are being deceived with that flee doctrine to Africa. If you want to move to Africa, you do it, but you don't let somebody put fear in you to do it. Because I'm going to ask you this before I go. If that is your homeland, why you have to buy your land when Yah gave it to you for free? Yah gave you a homeland and he didn't charge you for it. And when you go back home, he going to give you that same land back, and he's not going to charge you for it. But when you go to the continent of Africa, you have to lease land for 99 years, and then it turn back over to them. Do that make any sense? That don't make no sense. So why would you go home, but they can't show you where your home at? What is your inheritance? What was your land in ancient times? Why they can't take you to your home? Why they can't show you your homeland? Because that's not your homeland, fam. That's their homeland. And that's why they charging you land in their land, because it's not your land. It's just that simple, man. It's just that simple, family. Here it go right here. Thank you, CC. I see it now. CC said that TO ministry said the African Union getting reparations for us is biblical prophecy being fulfilled on everything I love, CC. If that is biblical prophecy, let me say it this way, because I got to be careful with my words. CC, if that is biblical prophecy, ask him to show the scripture where it say that at. I'm saying this live. If TO ministry is telling y'all that the African Union getting reparations for us in America is still giving us the money directly, they're going to give the African Union the money. They're going to distribute the money between the members of the member state. It's never going to get into our hands. And when did Africans go on cargo slave ships? When was Africans hung on trees? When did Africans lose their nationality? When did they lose their place of origin? All Ham's children is on the continent of Africa, and they know where they come from. They know their land. They know their inheritance. They have never lost it. So what would they going to give reparations for? And why are they getting our reparations? Why they won't give us the money and put it in our bank accounts? We don't need a middleman. Shout out to Pastor Kelly. We don't need a middleman. Shout out to Sister E. We don't need a middleman. Let the money come directly to the FBAs and the rest of our brothers and sisters who went through this transatlantic slave trade. Ham's children did not go through the transatlantic slave trade because I can't find where they lost their nationality at. That's why they keep mocking us. You Black Americans, you don't know where you come from. You don't know your nationality. I know where I come from. Yeah, you know where you come from because your ancestors sold us over here. So of course you know where you come from. That is not Bible prophecy. That is a lie. No scripture say no African Union supposed to be speaking on behalf of y'all's children so the money can go to the member state. Why Society just did a lesson on my platform breaking it down to you that this was a mandate way before this African Union. These people are cosplaying as us, trying to step up and stand in the gap for a people that they don't come from, for a people that they have no connection to. So it is not Bible prophecy. Because if it was, I'll read it to you right now, my sister, and I can't find one scripture in the Bible that say that the African Union speaking up for us is Bible prophecy. It's not in here. It is not in here. If it was, I'll read it to you. But it's not. It's not. This is Psalms 83 all over again, what you see. All these African nations, they also will be joined with Russia. Not all of them, but the Bible say Ethiopia and Put, which is Libya. And maybe some more African nations because they join in BRICS, right? We don't got no place in BRICS. Where's our representation in the African Union? All I see is African nations on that list in the member state. I don't see nobody that represent us, FBA, in the member state. Them are all African nations, family. So how this man gonna say there's Bible prophecy, them speaking for a people, and we all the way in America, but they speaking up for us and they didn't go through what we go through. Just give us the money in our accounts. We don't need it to go through Africa. Make it make sense, man. And Ethiopia ain't the promised land. Everybody keep talking about, I prove that Ethiopia is the promised land. Well, then tell them to come hit my link and let's have a talk about it and let's see if you can prove it out the scriptures. Because it ain't in there, family. Jerusalem being in Ethiopia is not in the Bible. Challenge your teachers, man. like y'all want to challenge me. Because I ain't scared to be challenged. I welcome it. I welcome it. See, on everything I love, it is not no two sticks coming together, because how is two sticks coming together when the 10 tribes that are scattered on the continent of Africa is not none of these nations that's on this member state? Our people are scattered on the continent, and they act like they can't distinguish between a Hamite and a Shemite. By calling me an African Israelite, you saying that I'm Ham and Shem. That's right, Mac, man. They coming in through the back door. And Munu said there was some kind of uproar in Tanzania about some land between T3 and me, and a few Jamaicans taking over land. Somebody may have to pull it up on YouTube if they haven't taken it down. Man, they just showed a brother over there. He was recording how in Ghana they was bulldozing his land. They took the man land, taking stuff, this man property. Go Black to Africa did an interview with the brother, and they bulldozed all the man property, man. Everything that man built and worked for, hard-earned money. They over there bulldozing this man land. You know why they doing them like that? Because they know that's not his brother, and they know that's not his land. Why you think they telling you to come back to Africa? Because they want you to come help build up their land. They know you the greatest people, the smartest people, you the Masons, you the builders. You built up America, so they want you to come do that in Africa. That's what Akon was trying to do. The Chinese gave Akon $1 billion worth of credit. Guess what Akon say? I don't know why you Black Americans just won't come to Africa. Why you think he wanted you to come to Africa? To help build up the Akon city, and it folded like a presser because we ain't had nothing to do with it. Whatever we don't touch, it go right under the waters. Whatever we touch turn to gold. That's why they want us to come back to the continent. Because they want us to help build up Africa. But that ain't our job to help them build up nothing. Build your own land up. All right, family, I'm gone, man. I love y'all with the pure heart. Many blessings to y'all. I know, CC. I got you. It's a lot of people don't agree with him. He had a debate with Judah the Hebrew. And Judah the Hebrew, my brother. And I tell you no lie. It was on Sister E's platform. They had a debate about where's the true land of Israel. And Judah the Hebrew proved it with the scriptures, y'all. And I'm going to tell y'all this before I go. Please go fact check me. Judah the Hebrew destroyed the whole debate when he told a brother, in the Bible, he read it, that Judah and Jerusalem land bordered the Dead Sea. That killed everything. Because that's actually in the Bible that Judah's land, it bordered the Dead Sea. So how you going to put Jerusalem all the way in Ethiopia and there's no Dead Sea in Ethiopia, and Judah and Jerusalem bordered the Dead Sea? Judah and Jerusalem was by Esau's land. Esau's land was like south by Arabia, which is the mountain of the Most High Yah. That's what Esau's land was, y'all. That's why he just told you I came from Edom and from Mount Paran, because Edom is by Mount Paran, which is in Saudi Arabia, which is where Mount Sinai is. So how you gonna put our land in Ethiopia, but the scriptures is telling you that Judah and Jerusalem bordered the Dead Sea? Because the Jordan River emptied itself into the Dead Sea. So I question this. How y'all listening to a person telling y'all things that's not biblical? He telling you they biblical, but it can't be proven in the Bible, because if I was to talk to him on a panel, I'm going straight book and asking him, where's that at in the Bible you just said? Show us Ethiopia in the Bible that Jerusalem is in Ethiopia. Y'all want me to give y'all a dagger before I go? I'll give you a dagger. And this is going to be it. After I read this, I'm really gone. Let me give y'all a dagger right quick. This about to be a dagger to the soul. Watch this. I'm going to go to Ezekiel 38. And I want to ask a good question. Ezekiel 38. And I'm going to start at verse 1. And I want y'all to hear this for yourself. Okay? And the word of Elohim came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, which is the leader, the land of Magog, which is the people, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, which is also a part of Russia, and prophesy against him, and say, Thus said the Elohim, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks in thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth and all thy army, horses and horsemen, and all them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with booklets and shields, all of them handling swords. Here you go, family. Verse 5. Listen to this. Persia, which is Iran, Ethiopia, which is Cush, and Libya, which is Put, one of Ham's sons. Now, this my question to you. He said Persia and Ethiopia, right? So if Ethiopia is going to be joined with Gog and Magog to come do what? Because if our land is in Ethiopia, why is Ethiopian fighting against us if our land is in Ethiopia? So let me show you the reason why Ethiopia was gathered with them, because they came to our land. Prove it, KJ. Jump down to verse 10. Verse 10. What they coming to do, KJ? Verse 10. Thus said the Elohim, it shall also come to pass that at the same time should things come into your mind, and thou should think an evil thought, and thou should say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages, and I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, and of them dwelling without walls, and having neither bars nor gates, to take a spoil, and to take a prey, to turn thy hand upon the desolate places. Hold up. Is Ethiopia desolate? He said that they're going to try to come take a spoil of the places that were desolate. Is Ethiopia desolate? I don't think so. It was given to the sons of Cush, and it's not desolate. So what land is desolate? Let's find out. Verse 12, to take a spoil and to take a prey, to turn thy hand upon the desolate places that are now inhabited, and upon the people that are gathered out of the nations, which have gotten cattle and goods, that dwell in the midst of the land. There you go, family. He said that when he gathered us, he gonna bring us back to the places that are desolate. Mount Zion is desolate, which is Jerusalem. But this dude lying, telling people is in Jerusalem. Is in Ethiopia. But there's no scripture back that up, family. I would challenge him and anybody else. Get your best scholars. It doesn't matter to me, man. I can prove that our land is in a so-called Middle East. Okay? Okay? We can prove it. Where did Moses die? That's all you got to ask yourself. Did not Moses die on Mount Nebo? Where's Mount Nebo? In the plains of Moab. Why when they came out of Egypt, they didn't just stay in Africa? Why they left Africa and crossed the Red Sea to get to the Mount Sinai, which is in Arabia? And then from there, they tried to pass through Edom's land. He wouldn't let them pass through. Then they went up above the Moab land, above the Arnon River, and they fought a king named King Sihon of the Amorites and took his land and gave it to Reuben. And then they went up a little bit more and fought against a king named King of Bashan and gave it to half tribe of Manasseh. And Gad had his land right above Reuben, east of the Jordan River. Why is the Bible telling you something than what Tio's saying? Moses died on Mount Nebo, people. That's in the so-called Middle East, east of the Jordan River, where the sun rises and it's set in the west. This is book. Go get your favorite teacher. You know, all y'all who like to regurgitate, man. I'm talking about y'all listening in the back who never write in the chat, then y'all go report back to your teachers. Like what they're supposed to mean to me. Your teachers are lying to my brothers and sisters. You have them fleeing to a land that's not theirs. And you telling them to go to a land that belonged to another man. And now they buying land and got a leased land for 99 years. But y'all gave you your inheritance free. Make it make sense to KJ. Make it make sense. I would talk to anybody because I have multiple map lessons, geography, proving without a shadow of a doubt, according to the book of Jubilees, according to the scriptures, that our land is in the so-called Middle East. So-called, family, because he gave us the middle of the earth. And the middle of the earth is not West Africa, because that's where Africa, y'all remember they came off Mount Ararat, and the Jubilees say that Ham's children had to go south. So that means they had to go down past our land to get to their land, which is west. They had to go down south and then turn in west. We didn't have to do that, family, because Shem land started from the Indian Ocean to the Euphrates, to the desert Negev, and to the uttermost parts of the sea, which is the Mediterranean Sea. Did not the Bible say that God's land is between two seas? What two seas is that? The Sea of Galilee and the Mediterranean. I'm gone, man. Whew, boy, I tell you. I'm just trying to help you, my people. My channel might not be that big, and y'all might look at people with bigger channels and say, man, KJ can't be telling the truth because why his channel ain't that big? But I'm actually telling you the truth, though. I'm not deceiving you. I'm not lying to you. Go get your favorite teacher and tell them, hey, let's talk about it. And let's see who's telling the truth according to the Bible. Because both of us can't be telling the truth. If he's telling you it's Ethiopian, I'm telling you it's not. You should be saying somebody lying. KJ either lying or this brother lying. And guess what? Y'all can go get him and tell him I'll talk to him anytime, any day. And I want him to prove to me that Ethiopia is where Jerusalem is. And watch out debunk it with the scriptures. It's easy to debunk. Because all I got to do is say, where did Moses die? And that's it right there. Deuteronomy 34, verse 1. It said that Moses looked at all the land of Canaan, meaning he was looking west, because east of the Jordan River, he had to look west. He got on top of Mount Nebo and he died. That's not in Africa. That's in the so-called Middle East. Because Moab land was in the so-called Middle East. Esau land was in the so-called Middle East. The Ammonites was dwelling in the so-called Middle East. East of the Jordan River, family. Where's Syria? A so-called Middle East. Where's Damascus? So-called Middle East. Where's Lebanon? So-called Middle East. Where was the Philistines dwelling at? By the Mediterranean Sea. What about Tyre and Sidon? By the Mediterranean Sea. Where's the Mediterranean Sea? In the so-called East. It's just that simple, man. Nobody don't got any more questions, I'm gone. Oh, meeting place. I never did one on the flee, like telling people not to flee to Africa. I'm recently talking about it now with the one I did yesterday and the one I'm doing today. This really wasn't about the flee, but I'm just letting people know not to go over there. Now, if they want to move over there, let it be on their own terms. Don't let it be out of fear. Don't let it be because somebody is putting into your mind that if you don't leave America, you're in trouble. You're not in trouble, family. Because our grandmothers are here. Our elderly is here. People are, people take medication. We got our elderly that's in some of these homes, nursing homes. You think the Most High gonna drop bombs on this place? And our people are here, family. Think about that. He gonna deliver us first before he let anything happen. But they not telling our people that. They put into their mind, if they don't get out of here, they're in trouble. You're gonna get destroyed. But if you want to listen to what I did do meeting place, I did a video called Mount Ararat. and the true promised land. And I showed without a shadow of a doubt, multiple maps, geography, the scriptures, and everything, proving that our land is in the so-called Middle East, but it is desolate, like the Bible say, until Yahshua come, and we're going to inhabit the desolate places. Where the so-called Jewish people are living at is also a part of our inheritance. But they carved out a place called the state of Israel. But that don't make up all the land of Israel. It just they carved out a little piece and call it the state of Israel. So Tio and them say that little piece of dirt in our land, but they're not looking at the fact that we also was dwelling east of the Jordan River. So you got to count all that land, not just that state of Israel. You got to count all the land from the west of the Jordan River, from the east of the Jordan River, all the way to the Negev, to the Euphrates River. You got to count all that land. And it ain't no little piece of land. It's a big old plot of land, what he gave us, full of mountains and valleys and springs of water and, milk and honey. But they don't want to tell nobody that because they so in love with Africa. They have a love affair with Africa. And that's the problem. You're lying to the people to have a love affair with Africa. What's the name of that book? Oh, okay. The name of it is called let me see. Hold up. I'll show it to you right now because I don't want to just say anything. I'll show you right now. Here you go, right here, family. I'm glad you asked. So I can go ahead and show it to you right now. Yeah, because I don't want to give you the wrong thing. This the name of the book right here, family. Let me bring it in close. Her name is Ella J. Hughes. Right here. This the book. Yep, this the book right here that I bought. Hold on, let me get this off the screen. Okay, yeah, this the book right here. Her name is Ella J. Hewley. I'm sorry, Ella J. Hewley. It's called The Truth About the Black Biblical Hebrew Israelites, the World's Best Kept Secret. What happened to the true black Jews in the year 70 AD. Now I want to show you this. This is inside the book. And she actually says it right here. You see that? She said, let me bag it up some. She say it is clear that there are a group of people purporting to be the biblical original Jews, when in reality they are not. Since we are dealing with identity, it is imperative that we examine history to assist us in unveiling who these purporting Jews really are. There are two main branches of lying Jews in the world today. And look who she said. Look. Edomites, Jacob's twin brother, a Semitic non-European group of people who stole Jacob's Israel identity as prophesied in the Bible. That's one group. Then she said the Ashkenazi Jews, Khazars, a group of Europeans who converted to Judaism, not Esau, because Esau never had to convert. He was forced our way of life by the Hasmoneans, which are the Maccabees. When they beat Esau up, they made him circumcise his children, made him keep the Sabbath, they made him keep the way of the Most High. And that's the name of the book right there. Ella J. Hewley. And I pray that help our family. I pray that help you. All right, man. That's it for y'all, brother KJ. Oh, yeah, the 13 tribe is another good one. Absolutely. Absolutely, woke Yosef. That's another good one. But like, I just want to say this before I go, family, you don't have nothing to fear. You are the apple of the Most High eye, and he going to gather his people, family, because that's what he told us. We don't have to run to Africa because, you know, somebody afraid. The Lord is going to gather us from the 4 quarters of the earth. You don't have nothing to fear. Now, if you want to move around, you have a right to do so. But don't move around out of fear, because when people move around out of fear, you make irrational decisions. They don't be rational because you're fearing. So you're trying to move quickly, but you haven't prayed to Yah to ask him, is this the best fit for you? Shall I do this or shall I forbear? You got to talk to Yah. Because like I keep telling y'all, there are many Israelite teachers in this community, and many are called, few are chosen. Many are called, family, but you will know your teacher by what come out of that book. Did he read it from the Bible when he said it? Because if somebody going to say something, he have to explain it. Why did you say that? Like when they call us African Israelites, how can that be defined? I need to know. Where's that in the Bible? If it's not in the Bible, why are you calling me that? Because now you're deceiving our people and confusing them from Ham and Shem. We are not Hamitic, we are Shemitic. So just call me an Israelite. Don't call me an African Israelite, because that's confusion. I'm not an African Israelite. I'm an Israelite. I'm Shemitic. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I don't come from Ethiopia. I don't come from Mizraim. I don't come from Canaan. And I don't come from Put. I come from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Stop the confusion, man. Well, to the mighty nation of Israel, I say salute. And many blessings to you all. Shabbat Shalom, family.
A good report.
Gather yourselves together, gather yourselves together. Oh, nation of desire. Gather yourselves together, gather yourselves together. Oh, nation of desire.
Waking up in Ashkelon, seen everything we lost. All he ever asked, keep these commandments gave us lost. Waking up and witnessing how bad was the fall. The clouds touched the buildings, y'all, we done lost it all. His eyes upon his land from the beginning to the fall. Lights up in my eyes, I can't explain, I'm just at all. We seen his protection, bombs drop, stood tall. Psalm 91, he out the fence, he the wall. It's the time of compassion, the remnant is gathering. Self-examination, meeting with prayer and fasting. Jerusalem, a holy city surrounded by many mountains. A good land, valley, and hills and deep fountains. Y'all, we did you wrong, we wanna stay home. We devout your name, but you still waking up these bombs. You the only one that get these hymns, get these songs. Gather together, he on the throne.
Gather yourselves together, gather yourselves together. Oh, nation of desire. Gather yourselves together, gather yourselves together. Oh, nation of desire.
Before the decree, seek righteous, seek peace. Gotta stay humble, stay lowly, stay meek. The day of his anger approaching, we see. He want the remnant of Judah to see coast. We got the cheat code, don't need no peephole. He at the door, let him in, that's his people. The Lion of Judah gon' tear down their ego. She bout to fall, don't you end up where she go.
Gather yourselves together, gather yourselves together. Oh, nation of desire. Gather yourselves together, gather yourselves
help y'all out with one more thing. Thank you, Elizabeth Ann. Let me help y'all out with one more thing. So nobody, hey, and I'm doing this for my brothers and sisters. If anybody, because they teaching you, try to make you feel bad, try to manipulate you, try to tell you you don't have no knowledge, you don't know what you, because that's all they're going to do is say, you don't know what you talking about. Because remember, when you go to other people's platforms, the audience, they're going to jump on you. You know why? Because they only regurgitating what the teacher's saying on the platform. We don't do that over here. My people are allowed to challenge me. They don't always have to agree with me. They can ask me questions. Nobody's going to jump on nobody over here. Because sometimes people just don't agree. Maybe they got a different understanding, that's okay. That's a beautiful thing. But that way we can get understanding together. You can't do that on every platform. You go disagreeing with their teachers, they're going to call you dumb, stupid, you lost, you got the devil on you, you here to cause confusion, and all you did was ask one question, and these people just start calling you all these names. So let me do this for y'all. If anybody tell you that the continent, listen to what I'm saying, the continent, that belongs to us. This what you say. Hold on. Let me show y'all this real quick before I go. I'm going to show y'all this. All you got to do is ask this right here. And this is going to kill everything. Let me see if I got it up. Hold on. Okay, here you go. Let me get this real quick. Excuse me. What do I want? Let me see. Okay, that's not it. Hold on. I'm finna get it for y'all. You're going to see what I'm saying. Okay, that's not it. Okay, here it go right here. Now watch this. I want you to go to the Book of Jubilees. If anybody try to challenge y'all and tell you, oh man, you don't know what you're talking about, ask them. Go to the Book of Jubilees, chapter 8, 22 to 24, and ask them to read the 22 to 24. Ask them to read 22 to 24, right? So I'm going to read it, then I'm going to show you on the map. This is why I'm saying what I'm saying. Jubilees chapter 8, verse 22 to 24. Listen to this. And for Ham came forth the second portion, beyond the Gihon toward the south to the right of the garden, which is the Garden of Eden. And it extend towards the south, and it extend to all the mountains of fire. And it extend towards the west to the Sea of Atel. And it extends towards the west till it reaches the Sea of Ma'uk. That sea into which everything which is not destroyed descends. And it goes forth towards the north to the limits of Gadir. And it goes forth to the coast of the waters of the sea, to the waters of the great sea, which is the Mediterranean Sea, till it draws near to the river Gihon, which is the Nile River. And go along the river Gihon till it reaches the right of the Garden of Eden. Now, let me show you everything I just read on the map. Now, he said by the Gihon, to the right of it was the Garden of Eden. So he's telling you that the Garden of Eden is not on the continent like you've been lied to. It was outside Ham's land. Let me show you. Now, look at what I'm about to show y'all. And we're going to do this together. Let me bring it in. Now, he said it started from the Gihon, right? The Gihon right here is the Nile River, this line that you see running through Cush. He said that Ham's land went down south to the mountains of fire. Here you go. This is the mountains of fire, which is called the East African Rift Zone. Why is it called the East African Rift Zone? Because of volcanoes. That's why it's called the mountains of fire, because of volcanoes. So the mountains of fire, and today is called the East African Rift Zone. And look where it's at, east by Cush. So he said that it went down south by the mountains of fire, And then he said it started to go west by what? The silver tail. Here you go. Here go the silver tail. Then he say it went west. So down here by the silver tail, where Canaan land was supposed to be, you see it say Canaan, which is the South Atlantic Ocean. This is called South Africa today, but it was given to Canaan. But he didn't go to his inheritance. He went to Shem's inheritance and stole a place called Lebanon. So this belongs to Canaan. He go to silver tail. Then he say it went west to what? The Seal Ma'uk. Here you go. See? The Seal Ma'uk. This is the West Atlantic Ocean because he said to the west. Then he said to the north of Gadir. Here go Gadir. Okay? Then he say it went up to the river Gihon. And we right back to the Gihon, which is the Nile River. But hold on, though. He said, and at the right of that was what? What was hanging to the right? Let me see. Hold on. Let me find this. What was hanging to the right? I'm about to show y'all right now. That's not it. Hold on. Let me show y'all what was hanging to the right. There you go right here. Look what's to the right of it, family. This is all Ham's land, the continent of Africa. And look to the right. The Garden of Eden is not inside of Ham's territory. Why? Because Noah rejoiced at the inheritance of Shem. And Noah said, because he knew the Garden of Eden was in it, Mount Sinai, and Mount Zion. He said these three places was created for holy places. So when you look at this map, all this was given to the children of Ham, family. This is what you know today as the continent of Africa. And to the right of the river Gihon, why I put the little arrow right here, it's the Garden of Eden, which is on the outside of Ham's land, not in the inside. It's on the outside. Why is it on the outside? Because it was given to Shem. So my question to your teacher is this. If the Garden of Eden is outside of the continent of Africa and it was given to Shem, where is Shem's land? Where is it located at? That's all you got to ask your teacher. Read Jubilees, and if you want this map, I can email it to you. Guess why? Because when you show them this map and read the mountains of fire, the silver tail, the silver Ma'uk, Gadir, the river Gihon, right here by the Great Sea, what they gonna tell you? They gonna tell you lying? This was given to Ham, which is known today as the continent of Africa, but it was never called Africa. It was called the land of Ham. That's why at the bottom, what do it say? Ham's lot. You won't find Israel inside of this place. Where's Israel? I don't see Israel. Y'all see Israel? Here go Ethiopia. Where's Jerusalem? I don't see Jerusalem in Ethiopia. Where is it? Where's Jerusalem at? It should be on this map. Jerusalem should be on the map. Where's Israel? Where's Issachar? Where's Benjamin? Where's Naphtali? Where's Manasseh? Where's Reuben? Where's Gad? Where are their land on this continent? It's not there, family. You know why it's not there? Because this is not your inheritance. This is given to Ham and his children forever. Forever. It's just that simple, man. Here go another way you can look at it. There you go. Here you go. Cush was given Ethiopia. Mizraim was given Egypt. Put was given what they call today as Libya. And Canaan was given what they call South Africa today by the silver tail. This is the sons of Ham land, which is known today as the continent of Africa. It's just that simple, man. So I don't know what your teachers read. That's all I wanted to show y'all. So if anybody, try to challenge you, come back, holler at me. I'll give you this information. I'll give you these maps, and you can do your due diligence. In the words of my beloved sister August Dreams, thank y'all for coming to the Lions Den with this beloved CUC family. Big salute to my brother Sham. Big salute to the elders at Nazarene Hebrew Institute of Technology. And big salute to all my beloved brothers and sisters in the chat and those listening in the back. Let's get it. And your brother K. Judah, Mr. Michael Jackson Bad with the scriptures, want to say, Shabbat Shalom to the mighty nation of Israel. And look up, because your redemption draw nigh. The king is coming. Salute, family.